So, thank you. I'm Professor Shutwa Vishwas Maji, coming from Division of Pharmaceutics, Department of Pharmaceutical Technology, NSHM Knowledge Campus, Kolkata, India. My topic will be emulsion systems in augmenting stability and bioavailability of nutrients in nutraceuticals, a step towards achieving nutritional efficiency. Now, as I will talk about this thing, my actual topic is actually very theoretical because I have thought to present a theoretical topic on the scope and the future of the bioavailable nutraceuticals, which are of lipid type mainly. So, bioavailability of a nutraceutical depends on effectiveness of absorption and utilization of unchanged and unmetabolized nutrients from food matrices and nutraceutical delivery systems. Now, why are we talking about the utilization of unchanged and unmetabolized nutrients? Because they are not the ones, the nutrients which are available to the system, they're not the ones which have undergone metabolism. Now, what are the factors which are affecting the nutraceutical absolute bioavailability? They are mainly the chemistry of the nutraceutical, the inter-individual variation in digestion and metabolism related processes and parameters, and the interactions with the other dietary items, like there may be several other nutrients in the system. So their nutraceutical may interact with each other and with the other nutrients, and that may hamper or that may exceed its availability. And interaction with the endobiotics, that is the endogenous molecules which are present in our system to furnish our several nutraceutical elements. Now, what we talk about the nutraceutical bioavailability classification system, or NUBACS. Now, this is actually talking about the bioaccessibility, absorption, and transformation of the nutraceutical. Now, bioaccessibility is concerned with the release or liberation of nutraceutical molecule from delivery matrix, solubilization in gastrointestinal fluid, interaction with mucus and endobiotics to facilitate transport. Now, after the bioaccessibility part is over, then the absorption process starts. Now, absorption or permeation via epithelial transport or transporter-mediated influx across intestinal mucosal membrane or tight junctions occurs to render the molecule available for nutrition. Then the transformation occurs, where mainly the metabolism occurs, and we are not concerned with so much of the transformation stage, because that means that the nutraceutical has done its purpose and now is going out of the system. Now, before reaching the epithelia, bioactives must traverse the intestinal mucus. The intestinal mucus is the main thing that the nutraceutical must pass through before eliciting any therapeutic action. Nutraceuticals may have limited capacity to permeate the gut wall. Interaction with mucus reduces permeability of mucoadhesive lipophilic molecules or large molecules due to steric blocking. Lipophilic bioactives log P of less than 2.5 may be optimal, can be transported through the mucus layer by mixed mycelial formation from bile salts, phospholipids, and free fatty acids. Now, you can see that the endogenous molecules like bile salts, phospholipids, and free fatty acids, they can play a really important role in the digestion of the lipophilic bioactives. Now, bioaccessibility, absorption, and transformation of lipophilic nutraceuticals may be improved by designing the really essential emulsified systems, which is the topic of my lecture. So, what are emulsions in nutraceutical delivery system? Now, emulsion is something like this, which is a transparent or translucent or opaque system, which is concerned with the mixture of oil, aqueous phase, surfactant, and some other excipients. Now, what are the factors affecting bioaccessibility, absorption, and transformation of nutraceuticals from, bioaccessibility, absorption, and transformation of nutraceuticals from emulsified systems? Now, there may be the physicochemical properties, the formulation-related factors, inter-individual variation, and biopharmaceutical and pharmaceutical properties. Now, among which we are more concerned Here, with the formulation related factors, that means the type of oil phase, phase volume ratio, type of emulsifier, concentration of emulsifier, other excipients, droplet size and size distribution, rheological properties, and processing associated factors. Now, these factors actually really play a very important role in delving deep into the availability of nutraceutical from the emulsified system. Now, in case of the biopharmaceutical and pharmaceutical properties, there is also some importance, because unless the nutraceutical is liberated from the matrix, it will not be available to the system. And we know that in the gastrointestinal tract, there is a wide variation in pH, and accordingly, the solubility of the nutraceutical varies widely in gastrointestinal fluids, and hence the dispersibility, the in vivo stability. And with this dispersibility, the digestibility also varies. And because the digestibility is not solely dependent on the solubility, but it is more dependent on the passive or active influx or efflux transport. And apart from the transport, it depends on the permeability of the nutraceutical from the delivery system into the inside of the cells. Now, there may be the stability issues of emulsified systems or emulsion systems of nutraceuticals. The main stability issues are flocculation and coalescence, creaming, cracking, phase inversion, and Oswald ripening. Now, these are certain examples of lipophilic nutraceuticals. Certain examples, we are not talking that they are representing the entire lipophilic nutraceuticals, but these have been presented depending on the majority of the nutraceuticals which are doing well and good for the system. Now, recent endeavors in the domain of nutraceutical delivery as emulsions are improving the sustainability, nutritional and health benefits and safety of delivery platforms. Now, novel emulsion systems or emulsion-based novel matrices are being developed throughout the world with improved nutritional and functional attributes such as physicochemical and metabolic stability. We know that nutraceuticals are very much unstable if they are exposed to the in vivo conditions. For example, the high acidity. For example, a person is suffering from high the person is suffering from gastric acidity, and he has taken some nutraceutical in order to gain some benefit, but he will not be getting the benefit. So low fat and restricted calories. Now, the low fat is very much essential because we are now more concerned with the health of the individual. Controlled liberation from the matrix. We do not want the nutraceutical from the matrix to be evolved quickly. Improved miscibility, solubilization, dispersibility in the gastrointestinal fluid, digestibility, ultimately leading to enhanced nutraceutical bioavailability. And these emulsion systems, in addition to the above benefits, they also help in promoting the visual, organoleptic, textural, and mouthfeel properties, as well as handling and administration ease. Now, what are these the emulsion systems which are gaining actually popularity in the food delivery or nutraceutical delivery? These are novel emulsions, under which we will be discussing very briefly about the multiple emulsions, multi-layer emulsions, nano emulsions, self-emulsifying delivery system, Pickering emulsions, high internal phase emulsions, gelled emulsions, and oleogels. In case of the healthier emulsions, that means they are the emulsions which are healthy, but they have been made much more healthier by changing the oil phase, or by changing the availability of the oil phase. Ice creams with less saturated fats. We know saturated fats are not beneficial for our health. So if these ice creams are made with less saturated fats, they will be more healthier. Structured oils, they will be released slowly, and they will be helping our system much more effectively with slow release. Milk with vegetable oil. The vegetable oil, they are much more friendlier than the animal fat, which we want to take, but we should not take. Yogurt fortified with vegetable oils, emulsified meat products. Meat products, we know they are considered as very delicious things, but the normal meat products that we usually take, they are not healthy options. And special emulsified systems like structured milk, cloud emulsions, and flavor emulsions. Now, what is this cloud emulsion, flavor emulsion, and structured milk, and how do they help the system, that we need to know? Now, multiple emulsions, they are actually, what are the multiple emulsions? They are actually W by O by W type of emulsion. We know that in our case, when we inhale, when we intake, when we administer any food or any nutraceutical, anything that will be outside phase is water, that will be more acceptable to the population rather than if it is been on oil phase. Now, compared to the conventional emulsions of the same dispersed phase volume fraction, W1O by W2 emulsions have a lower fat content but a similar perceived appearance, texture, and mouthfeel, so that they can be used as healthy fat replacers. They can also be used to encapsulate and protect hydrophilic bioactive compounds from oxidation inside the internal water phase and release them in a controlled fashion. For example, the anthocyanins, quercetin, water-soluble vitamins, folic acid, gallic acid, and peptides. Now, the second one of the novel emulsions is the multi-layer emulsions. Now, you can see, have a look at the picture of the multi-layer emulsion. The first one is the emulsifier stabilized oil droplet. The second one has been promoted to result in protein adsorbed on emulsified oil droplet, and the third one shows the polysaccharide as the third layer adsorbed on protein coated oil droplet. Now, why is this emulsifier stabilized oil droplet is being finally coated with the polysaccharide layer? It is not clear. Means it's clear, but we should be explaining. Now, this emulsion is formed by homogenizing oil in water emulsion and then containing oppositely charged biopolymers, which adsorb to the oil droplet surfaces and form an additional coating. The procedure is repeated several times by sequentially depositing oppositely charged biopolymers onto the droplet surfaces, which leads to the formation of multi-layer coated oil droplets. Now, the polysaccharides are then used to generate the subsequent layers because they can provide strong steric and electrostatic repulsion. The first one is protein layer because they will have the better surface activity, and the next layer goes on with the polysaccharides because they can provide the strong steric and the electrostatic repulsion. The protein polysaccharide combinations used to prepare multilayer emulsions include ovalbumin gum arabic, gelatin chitosan, whey protein alginate, lactoferrin alginate, whey protein locust bean gum. What are the emulsified nutraceuticals that have been attempted with these type of multilayer emulsions? The curcumin, resveratrol, fish oil, beta carotene, they have been emulsified in suitable phases and oil and water phases, and then they have been given as multilayer emulsions. Now, the next one of the novel emulsion is the nano emulsion. Now, you can look what is O by W nano emulsion and what is W by O nano emulsion. Now, the diagram itself does not differ it from the main emulsion. How is it different? Mainly because of that these nano emulsions are in the nano size. Means they are actually will not be visible as emulsions. They will be visible as solutions or they will be visible as suspensions, but actually they are nano emulsions. So the droplet size is around R is equal to less than 100 nanometers. So you can really visualize what is the size of the nano droplet. Now, they have been used to incorporate bioactive lipids, essential oils, flavor compounds, phenolic compounds, and carotenoids, improving their aesthetic appeal, texture, main thing, then the solubility and dispersibility in gastrointestinal milieu. Now, because of the smaller size, we know that these nanoemulsions will be highly solubilized in the gastrointestinal medium. It enables the encapsulation, retention, and control release of volatile flavor compounds. They have been reported to improve the stability of lycopene, berberine, vitamin D, and vitamin E due to the nano dimension and preserve the polyphenols antioxidant ability. So, the nanoemulsions, they have been used to create healthier alternatives to traditional fat-rich foods while mimicking the mouthfeel and texture of full-fat formulations and thus maintaining desirable sensory attributes. We know that we need the feeling of that fat-rich food, but we do not need actually the fat-rich food, and that is how the nanoemulsions become highly helpful, and they provide extreme benefit. They may be used in producing essential oil nanoemulsions with clove oil, garlic oil, thyme oil, and oregano oil. Some of which they may be useful in different health purposes, and they may also use to provide certain aroma to the food. Now, improvement in air dispersion and foam stability in sugar and flour confectionery products. Infusion in porous food matrices, food surface washing with antimicrobial nanoemulsion, that is very essential because certain foods may be very vulnerable to deterioration, and if they are washed or they are treated with antimicrobial nanoemulsion, they will be protected against the air generated microbial contamination. And finally, the coating of food products by nanoemulsion. The next one among the nanoemulsion is self-emulsifying delivery system. They may consist of an isotropic mixture of lipids as hydrophobic zinc, surfactants to facilitate emulsification and solubilization, and optionally co-surfactants and surfactants to aid solvation and dispersion. But one thing, they require really high concentration of self-emulsifying delivery system. They require really high concentration of the surfactants, and they are really, that's why they are very difficult to gain the popularity, because these high proportion of emulsifiers, we cannot provide the food grade emulsifiers. But this SCDDS, actually, they have very benefit in terms of the nutraceuticals. If they can be used properly, they can protect the active nutraceutical ingredient. They can increase the formulation efficiency. They can increase the oral bioavailability, and they can protect the therapeutic efficacy by reduction in intra-enterocyte metabolism by cytochrome P450 enzymes, inhibition of P-glycoprotein efflux transporter mechanism, and bypassing hepatic first-pass metabolism. It has been investigated for resveratrol, curcumin, quercetin, genistein, and krill oil. Now, the Pickering emulsion is the next choice of the novel emulsion, which is really considered very highly efficient only if it can be formulated properly. Now, these are certain diagrams of what are the Pickering oil in water emulsion, what is the Pickering oil in water emulsion gel, and high internal phase Pickering O by W emulsion. Now, these Pickering emulsions, the increase of fat content digestion will elevate the content of free fatty acids in the system compared to simple oils or fats, which facilitates formation of more micelles to solubilize bioactive substances so as to improve the viability of bioactive substances. Now, the Pickering emulsion, their application, they may be considered as in the manufacture of the various butter substitute frozen yogurt ice creams with low fat content. They can also replace butter to make a cake, and the Pickering emulsion based cake can reduce calorie intake because the butter is reduced, and so the calorie intake is also reduced. It can be used as a template for preparation of oleogels. It has been investigated for beta-carotene, thymol, astaxanthin, quercetin, docosahexaenoic acid, etc. And proteins used as stabilizers are the whey protein isolate, zein protein, soya protein, pea protein, etc. The next one among the novel emulsions as nutraceutical delivery matrix is high internal phase emulsions. Now, actually, in this diagram, it is not clear what is this high internal phase emulsion. Actually, the last figure shows how does a high internal phase emulsion look like. Actually, the proportion of the internal phase, that is the oil phase, is more than 74%, which is the normal in case of the emulsion. In case of the emulsion, normal emulsion, the oil phase cannot be more than 74%. But in HIPE, that is the high phase internal emulsion, the oil phase can exceed 74%. Now they are they can be produced to they can be used to produce a non-spherical shape of particles, and they exhibit higher resistance to coalescence and oswald ripening. Now this is gel emulsion. The gel emulsion can be used as a fat replacer in bologna sausage and burgers. The oleogels is the next choice, where the oil and the water, they have been mixed in such a phase that they constitute a semi-solid type of thing, which can take the form of a gel, but whose external phase is not gel, is not oil actually. Now, this has emerged as structured fats that can potentially replace hard fats in bakery products, meat, dairy, etc. The crystals are monoglycerized wax crystals, modified cellulose fibers, and self-assembled fibrous networks of oleogelators employed as emulsion stabilizers in spreaders, creams, salad dressings, etc. Next comes the healthier emulsions. The ice creams with less saturated fats, as I told you, that they should be containing the less fat because that contributes to the healthier one. Though we know that these saturated fats have given the ice cream that wonderful creamy texture, and they are the main structuring ingredient. But if we can prepare the low fat or less saturated fat ice cream, they will be better regarding their lower calorie content and with no compromise on the sensory products, sensory attributes, and the storage stability. Now, the healthier emulsions, these ice creams with less saturated fats can also be prepared by double emulsions by containing the suppose polyglycerol, polyracilolate, lecithin blend, and guar gum or guar gum track and blend as emulsifier stabilizer. The incorporation of basil oil microcapsules in ice cream improves antioxidant properties due to the polyphenolic content. And this is the structured cooking oil. Now, this cooking oil we will not see regularly, but this cooking oil is actually a vegetable oil where it does not contain saturated fats, because that may lead to obesity, diabetes type 2, cardiovascular disease, as well as several types of cancers. Now, structuring oils improves nutritional quality and the lipid profile and mimics appearance, plasticity, and rheological properties of animal fat. They can offer promising results as fat substitutes in the development of healthier foods. Now, certain examples of structured oils include structured sunflower oil for using cocoa cream, soy protein rapeseed oil structured emulsion, whey protein hazelnut structured oil, fish protein structured soybean oil for sausages, shea oil sodium alginate structured oil for burgers, fish oil lecithin chitosan structured oil for burgers. Next comes the milk with vegetable oils. The milk with vegetable oils, they reduce the fat necessary to diminish the potential health risks. And substituting or enriching the lipid fraction of dairy products is done by integrating functional chia and sunflower oils in spray-dyed emulsions to increase their nutritional value. Now, next comes the yogurt fortified with vegetable oils. Now, this yogurt, they are maybe fortified with the healthy vegetable oils to augment their taste properties, to augment their performance, and to augment their several profile. For example, it should promote the lower syneresis, higher performance, higher firmness, lower apparent viscosity with no difference in texture, appearance, flavor, and overall acceptance. Now, If we take whey protein emulsion gel microparticles from corn oil and then apply it to yogurt as a fast substitute, it improves textural and rheological properties, water holding capacity, storage stability, while the sensory defects associated with fat reduction are completely reduced. Now, next comes the emulsified meat products. The pork back fat substituted by different vegetable oil inclusion in emulsified meat products for nutritional enhancement, decreased cholesterol, lower atherogenicity index, thrombogenicity index, and omega-6, omega-3 ratio of cooked meat products. And among the special emulsified systems, we are having the structured milk. Now, this is the score of the structured milk is that the sensory score of the structured milk decreases at 12% weight by weight. And then the cloud emulsion, they have a wide application in beverage industry. The flavor emulsion, they can be used in place of an extract in bakery recipes for robust flavor that won't bake out when exposed to heat. They improve the compatibility and efficiency. Examples is orange emulsion flavor, pineapple emulsion flavor, mango emulsion flavor, etc. And one thing, they are all eggless. Although they contain the oil phase, and they contain the water phase, they are devoid of any egg, and that is why very suitable for the vegans. The flavor color emulsion. Now they promote the brighter color in beverage along with the flavor. And these carotenoids are highly preferred to achieve yellow to orange shades. They are oil soluble, however, emulsions enable them to become water soluble or dispersible. The food emulsions flavor with color, mango flavor with color, orange flavor with color, strawberry flavor with color, etc. Now, this is about the stability, how this emulsion stability is affected. Now, there are several factors affecting the stability of the emulsion system. For example, the aqueous phase, the oil phase properties, the emulsifier properties, and finally, the emulsion properties. Now, what are the challenges? The challenges in creating stable multilayer emulsions is to optimize the composition of the system to prevent flocculation and unsuitable for application in concentrated food emulsions like dressings or sauces. Now, they are actually, so we have read about many of them like multiple emulsions, multi-layer emulsions, nano emulsions, then etc. But these the first few, that is self-emulsifying drug delivery system, self-emulsifying delivery system, nano emulsion, multi-layer emulsion, and multiple emulsions, they are not so much promoted as healthy options because of certain disadvantages associated with them. Whereas the structured milk, the emulsified meat, the yogurt with fortified vegetable oil, they have been found to be really helpful. And now what these emulsion delivery systems for nutraceuticals may achieve? They can improve the texture properties, they can improve the in vitro, in vivo stability, improve the manufacturability, improve the digestibility, absorption, bioaccessibility, bioavailability, nutritional efficiency, and they at the same time, since they can be really low calorie diet, they can really constitute a low calorie diet, they can be very suitable for diabetic and obese patients. Now, these are some of the references I have considered for my lecture, and thank you. Any question, please?